Here we go. Welcome back, everyone. I got a newbie with me right now. We're live on Facebook, so hi to everybody out there. Like us and follow us. I'm going to be sharing the show in just a little bit. I have with me Rick Nagel, and he is the owner of HighPureWater Express. Welcome to the show. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Well, thank you. I'm a native. I've lived here almost all my life. I got 4 kids. One's a fireman, a couple nurses for children. And
well, thank you for that.
You
know what? Let me talk to you about what you do, because when I first met, and we talked on the phone, and you were so excited about the fact that I got in touch with you somehow,
yes.
And you said that you had a message that you wanted to get out there. First, before you do that, I want to talk about your water and what it is that you provide for the state of Arizona.
Well, what we do is we own a company that's called HighPureWater Express, and it's deionized water. It's the purest water in the world. And it's provided to different industries and individuals depending on their needs that they have.
Well, who needs that kind of water?
Hospitals, labs, semiconductor industries, pharmaceuticals. Pretty much it's almost in every industry that you have to have something pure.
Yeah, but you also mentioned that it also is for residential.
Yes.
So let's talk about who would use that.
Well, like you have elderly people that need to have distilled water. With deionized water and distilled is actually the same thing. It's just a different process how they get it.
Mm-hmm.
So if they have medicines or certain things, they need the good pure water, which they normally buy, from the stores.
Should people be drinking it no matter what?
No. Deionized water is very pure. Now, they use it for cancer. They're doing tests on cancer with it. But you only want to use it when it's specifically for what a doctor says you need it for.
Right. I remember my dad had to have that. But here's the thing, guys. He's said you wanted to talk about something very special that you're doing, that you wanted to do for everybody here. So tell them what that is.
Yeah. We're the only locally and family-owned company. And what I want to do is I want to provide free deionized water for the hospitals and labs, any of the mobile labs if they need it, that they're going to be setting up for the coronavirus. I had DES give me a call, and they said that they were having a shortage. I happen to know some people, Frank Millsat, who just retired. I grew up with him. So I wanted to put it out there that we would be willing to give free DI water to any hospital, lab, or mobile facility that's set up to provide the DI bottles.
Well, getting this word out. So what I love about networking and what I love about my show is that it's information for people out there, and networking is, maybe it's you. Maybe you work for somebody out there that is in a hospital. They need water. This is special water. They need this. And if it's not you, tell somebody about it. That's what I like about what networking is about. It's not always who you're talking to, but who they know. So now your website that we're going to give out is HighPureWaterExpress.com.
Yes.
And you're rated with the Better Business Bureau. You are statewide, and your number direct they can call you is 602-579-9896, and you're both residential and commercial. So please listen up, everybody. He's here to offer. He wants to offer for people who need this DI free water to the hospitals and labs out there. Let's talk about the water and what it is. Let's educate them on that a little bit. So what, you kind of explain again what it is.
It's deionized water.
Mm-hmm.
And what deionized water is, it's done in our process with a resin base, and what happens is it pulls out the positive and negatives out of the water, all of it, down to 0 parts per million. So that all the hospitals and labs need to use that for any type of testing. So when you're at
and they need to be doing some big time testing right now.
Absolutely. They're going to get overwhelmed with the testing. So I said if I could provide this service, the large companies that I go against, which are worldwide companies, foreign companies to be honest with you, they cannot provide the service that we provide or the quality.
And this is water set for hospitals and labs that he wants to offer this for free for people out there. The number to call him direct is 602-579-9896. But you do deliver this also on a regular basis.
Yes.
Let's talk about that real quickly.
Yeah, we deliver to a lot of our customers are commercial. So they have to Honeywell, Microchip, Motorola, a lot of different labs. We do stuff for the city of Peoria, Chandler, Intel. They're my customers. So we have to provide that for all their labs and their processes.
What about residential?
Now residential, normally what we provide is we'll provide a water cooler system that we do, which we can do at Alkaline or we can do at RO. DI we can also do. That's more specific for what they need for medical normally.
But you mentioned Alkaline.
Yes.
You did, so you do also have that as well?
Yes.
And how important is that?
Well, alkaline is very important. I just found this out last year. I've been in the water business a long time, but I had acid reflux, heartburn all the time. One of my buddies told me about, hey, try this alkaline water. I started doing some research, finding out I bought some from the store. Here I am in the water business, but I went and bought some. I bought some. Within 2 weeks, it stopped my acid reflux, my heartburn, and I went, oh my gosh. So I started checking into it. There's a lot of things that are going on with alkaline and with the water. Okay, I've been doing this a long time. The water has to be specific. Okay, and you want to make sure that you have a higher alkaline than a lower pHs, which is what I deal with.
So let's talk about that, because you did say you mentioned you bought yours in the market, but there's a big difference between yours and theirs.
Yes.
I want to talk about that. And we're right now talking about the alkaline water, because of course we know that you do the deionized
Yes.
water, and we want people to know that right now there's people out there that are in hospitals and labs that are going to need this big time, and he's offering to deliver that free to them. And but right now I'm just making it very clear what we're doing here, because you do offer for your business and residential and commercial for the alkaline water, which again I know is super important.
Yes, and actually I've had customers customers in my industry that I supply the DI water. We've talked about this. They've changed over. I put alkaline systems in their home, and they said thank you. Some of them have had cancer. Some of them with issues. The low pH causes a problem inside of our system. I did not realize this, and I've been in the water business for almost 30 years. When it was brought to my attention, absolutely works. So I would have people check into it, really get educated about this, because our younger kids don't understand, okay, or even know about this.
No, and you know, I think that what's important to say this is that you do these consultations with people as well. They can talk to you. You do like how does it work when you come into their homes and do it? Do you talk to them beforehand, or how does it work?
Beforehand, they'll call us and they'll be asking about one or two of our services, either a water cooler or DI water or whatever that may. Usually it comes through my industries, and then they'll say, hey, what about my house?
Sure.
Or what about my business? So that's how we do it. And then we go into, and I try to educate. It's about education. It really is. It's about us understanding what this water is good for, and what the water we've got a lot of.
And they've got water. He's a water service person.
Absolutely.
Now you can check him out on their website. It's HighPureWaterExpress.com. They're rated with the Better Business Bureau. They're statewide. They do free consultations, and you can call them direct. They're both residential and commercial. Their phone number is 602-579-9896. Again, let's real quickly before we go to break go back to the how do you say it? Deionized. I'll get it by the end of the show. By the water, and talk about what you're trying to do here.
Well, what we want to do is, how the DI gets to you, by the way, is we have tanks they're called DI and exchange tanks, and they're fiberglass, and we bring them out to the locations. They hook it up into their city water. It takes all the impurities out of the city water, and they have pure water out of the tanks. So we have delivery trucks that go all over and drop them off to hospitals, labs, semiconductor businesses, or homes. It depends on what you need.
Yeah, and it's awesome that you're doing that. That is just so nice of you, because there are people that are going to really need this big time, not only now, but it's even happening more. More and more people are going to want to be tested, and they need that water to do it. Is that correct?
Absolutely, and it's something that I feel, being a local guy growing up here and family owned, that this is what we need to do.
It's awesome that you are. Again, and I love it. We had able to be able to get you on right away right now.
Yes.
If it's not you, tell someone about it. You can go on their website. It's HighPureWaterExpress.com, or call them direct at 602-579-9896. Hang tight. We'll be back in just a minute. Welcome back, everyone. We're still live on Facebook, so everybody, hi out there, and I'm going to be sharing the show in just a minute. You had a story, and I want you to be able to get that out. So wonderful what you're doing for everyone. I want you to say that real quickly, and then I want to go to into your story. Go ahead.
Well, we want to provide deionized water to all the hospitals and labs and mobile labs, or any lab that needs the DI water. We want to be able to provide that in this time of need, our service, and we guarantee it same day.
And there you can call them, whether it's you or someone that you know. This is super where this show comes in for people out there that are listening. It may not be you, but you might work for a hospital or a lab or something like that, and you can tell them what they're trying to do out there. Their website is HighPureWaterExpress.com. They do free consultations with everyone. This is a free service that they're trying to provide for you people out there. They know you need the water. They're statewide. They're rated with the Better Business Bureau, and the number to call is 602-579-9896, and he is both residential and commercial. So let's tell them a little bit about the story.
Well, the story is a little bit, is my company is about 14 years ago. I'd pretty much lost everything and had a $1,000 car. Started the company, and I decided to do it faith above all. So my LLC is faith above all, because the only thing I had at the time was faith, and I knew if I just try to keep moving and doing the right things, that things would turn out okay. So I feel very, very blessed to be in a place where I have a plant that's all paid for when you couldn't get money. Don't know how. I stand in my plant and I look here and I go, I don't know how I got here.
Perseverance.
Well, I happen to believe in God, and there's other things.
There is. All of that comes
Yes.
into play, but that's from within.
Mhm.
You know, all that other stuff, that energy that comes down, but it has to come within you, and I think that's where it came from.
Yes, absolutely, and having that faith, and realizing what's important, and that's one of the reasons that it's so big for us to do this right now, because I feel very blessed in so many ways to be here.
You also said that you wanted to kind of say this story for the young folks out there that don't realize, they think that, well, the world's coming into an end, number one, right now, but they don't realize that, of course, they're going to get through this too.
Absolutely.
But they too are going to have their challenges, and you're someone that is here to tell them that you can get through it.
Yes, absolutely. When I was 50 years old, I started this company right about.
See,
And
there you go, guys. It doesn't matter how old you are.
No, and I've had some young guys work, and they said, well, we can't do these things. We can't. I said, well, I had lost everything. I said, and you can do it. This country's still the greatest country in the world. We have the opportunity to still do this, and I had to start over and do it at that age. And I thank God for every bit of that. And I also want those young people to know you can still do it. There's nothing that should stop you. This country is still great. We're going through some trialing times, but these trialing times are going to see how strong and how deep we have to dig
Right.
down.
The cream is going to rise to the top.
Absolutely.
You know, and let me just say, I have to say that I know a lot of people who are a lot of cream. I do. The people are wonderful. They are. Not everybody
Absolutely.
are bad people. Not everybody is. And I have to say that I know, and especially since the last crash that we had, was it 2010 or 8 or whatever it was, all of the people that, and I'm 62, that were my age, that all had lost a lot of their jobs and everything, what they've done, what I've seen people do, and it is true, we live in a place that we can do that. The only place you can do
Absolutely, we can do it, and I want to take a second, if you don't mind. I had a gentleman that I was going door to door trying to put my water coolers out there when I went flat broke, and I came into a dental facility, and I told him a little bit of my story. The lady at the desk was his wife. They introduced me to him in the back. He goes, come back, I can see him. Tell him your story. He writes me a check for $500. And he says, here, this will help you. I still haven't got back to him, but I took a picture of that check. I wrote a little note, and I've got it still hanging in my place. And I haven't got a chance to go back there, but I want to go back to that gentleman, and I want to tell him thank you for playing it forward.
Yeah, paying it forward, guys. That's cool. Now, about the what are your thoughts about the coronavirus and the situation that we're in?
Well, I think that it's like anything. I think, we've got to do our part. We got to keep our distance, but we can't lose what this country was built on. This country was built on the hard times And the things that made us the greatest country in the world are that.
And small businesses.
And small businesses. Okay, I go against the biggest companies in the world. That's who I go against. And every day I tell my guys, my young guys, which are great, I tell them, we can still do this, always.
And you know what? You can. I think it's lovely. I'm thanking you for the story and telling them your story, but also for what your heart is. And your heart is to give.
Yes, it is.
And
Absolutely.
I think that's awesome. Again, he wants to know, to everybody out there to know that he is offering free deionized water to anyone that needs it. That is the facilities like the hospitals out there, the labs that need this. And so, and they're going to need it big time. Again, if you work for a lab and you're listening to this, maybe you own a lab or you've got a mobile lab or whatever,
yes.
He wants to know you to know that he's going to be offering this to you for free. That phone number to call him direct is 602-579-9896. He does free consultations. He'll talk to you about everything that you need to know. He's both residential and commercial. They're based statewide. They're rated with the Better Business Bureau, and their website is HighPureWaterExpress.com. Let's go back now to, I know that deionized water is something that came here, but when you mentioned the alkaline water, now it opened it up
Yes.
quite a bit. And we want people to know how important that water is, that you can deliver that water to them. Is it a water system that they get? What do they get with that?
It's an actual water system. So it's an RO system that you add a filter to now. So they can take their existing system and put this filter on, which will give it the higher pH. Okay, that is, you're going to see good results with that. I know there's, all kinds of things out there that say, but in my own experience and been in the water business for almost 30 years, okay, and I wasn't aware of this, it made a huge difference in my life.
And
Okay.
it will. But the difference between your water and the water that you can buy anywhere else, let's say.
Well, because it can be right in your home. You don't have to go buy a jug of it and run out of a jug.
They won't tell you can only have one jug.
Exactly. What you do is, I've had calls now say, hey, can I get your water cooler? Okay, can you put the alkaline? Absolutely, that's what we do. So now you don't have to wait for that water, wait for the delivery guy, or wait to stand in line.
I have to be honest with you. I had water years and years and years and years ago. I'm not going to say who it was from. It doesn't matter. But I stopped it because I was thinking, I don't need that. I'll cut that out, right? Well, but where do you think I wish I had now was
Yes.
that water?
Well, it's about education. Listen to me. My business, the most important thing is educating people about water.
Mm-hmm.
And the more that I can learn and help somebody else, it's not about me selling you a system. It's about educating you so you can get the best for what you need. And I think that's what this whole country is all about, especially right now. We're seeing that. And it's a wonderful thing. So it's about education. I don't care about making a bunch of money off you.
Right.
I would rather let you know about it, and then you can make your decision, whatever that is.
Now, the deionized water that you also sell to, you deliver to the homes as well. You do that residentially. Again, usually that's somebody who's an older. They need that water for certain purposes.
Yes, usually it's something for their doctor, that they have a prescription.
There's a lot of you guys out there, I bet.
Oh, there's a lot of us guys out there.
I bet.
Yes.
So they have to use a certain kind of water, and you deliver that as well.
Yeah, we deliver all the above.
Again, you could call them direct. Their phone number is 602-579-9896, both residential and commercial. They do free consultations. They want to educate you on water. And
Yes.
they're statewide. They're rated with the Better Business Bureau. And right now, they really want everybody to know what the story that you're here for in the beginning. Tell them real quickly.
I want to be able to help all the hospitals and labs across Arizona to be able to provide the service that they're going to need. Because when we get inundated with all these tests, they're going to need DI water and they're going to be running out.
And he's offering it for free, and that's what he's all about. From his heart, he wants to do something for everybody out there that needs this. Again, if you work for a lab, if you've got a mobile lab, whether the hospitals, anybody else.
But basically that, That's where I want to do it free.
Right,
You know,
free.
but we have those services for all the other industries.
Okay, and again, but this is something that maybe you work for somebody, maybe you own one. Hospitals out there, please let them know that this man wants to do this for free for everybody. Again, you can check them out on their website. It's easy. It's HighPureWaterExpress.com. You can check them out there. You can also call them direct. They do free consultations. Their number is 602-579-9896. Statewide. Maybe you need the alkaline water. You want that system. You want to learn a little bit about it. He's here to help you about that too.
They can also look at hpwe.org. That's the easiest way to get to it because it's just abbreviated. But hpwe.org, please.
Check them out. Again, that number to call them is 602-579-9896.
Thank you.